Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
What is one to do if the wrong Sefer Torah was removed from the Aron? You have a Sefer Torah that's rolled to the correct parsha that you need for Kriyas HaTorah that's about to take place, and you have other Sefer Torah in the Aron that are rolled to who knows where, and you took out the wrong one. What do you do now? Should the Sefer Torah be replaced and the right Sefer Torah be taken out? Or should you take this Sefer Torah that you took out, put it on the table, on the bima, and roll it to the correct parsha? So this question touches upon the following two different sides. On the one hand, for me to go ahead and put this Sefer Torah back that's rolled to the wrong place and take another Sefer Torah out can cause a rumor, a libel to spread against the Sefer Torah, with people saying it must be puzzle. And it's forbidden to spread a falsehood, it's forbidden to spread slander against a Sefer Torah, just like you can't spread slander against a Jew. And thereby we should argue and say, although it is more troubling for one to have to go ahead and use this Sefer Torah for Kriyas HaTorah, as you're going to have to take the time to roll to the correct parsha, it's better to do that than to have to spread a lie or a false rumor about the kashrus of this Sefer Torah. On the other hand, we can say that tircha d'tzibura, troubling the community, the congregation, to have to stay longer in shul, is also something that we find in halacha, which we try very much not to do. So the question here is, what wins? Does not spreading a rumor against a Sefer Torah override tircha d'tzibura, or does tircha d'tzibura override the suspicion and worry of spreading a rumor of the kashrus of the Sefer Torah? And the answer is that this matter is debated amongst the poskim. You have one list of poskim who say that what we care about here is not tircha d'tzibura, but not to spread a rumor against a Sefer Torah. And therefore they rule that it's forbidden to return the Sefer Torah to the Aron, and you have to use it once it was removed. So rules Shemesh Utzdaka in 31, the Mata Yehuda and Reish Pei Beis, Erech HaShulchan. This is an opinion recorded in the Siddur Yavitz, the Sefer Chaim Falaji, Yefei Lulev, the Kaf HaChaim, and other Megdalei Pesach Dereinu conclude like this opinion. However, other poskim rule that no, tircha d'tzibura overrides the suspected rumor that can spread if you replace it, and therefore you should put it back and take out the Sefer Torah that's rolled to the correct reading for this current Kriyas HaTorah that needs to take place. So rules the Zera Yaakov, as recorded in the Chidah and Machzik Brach and the David Emes, and so is held by other Achreinim. Practically, how do we rule? So the final ruling is, as concorded by the majority of the Achreinim, such as the Kaf HaChaim and others, is that we are stringent like the first opinion, that spreading a false lie about the Sefer Torah overrides tircha d'tzibura, and you cannot replace it. Once you take it out of the Aron, no matter what Sefer Torah it was, you have to bring it to the bima and read from it, even if it entails rolling from the beginning of the Sefer to the end of the Sefer for this week's reading. Now, this applies even if this current Sefer Torah that you took out is not the most Mehudr Sefer Torah, and you would like to replace in order to take out one that's more Mehudr. Nonetheless, the place can bring that it's not allowed to be done in order not to spread a false rumor against the kashrus of this Sefer Torah. Obviously, however, if the Sefer Torah is truly not kosher or has suspicion of being not kosher from the letter of the law, then obviously you are to replace it in such a case. Nonetheless, as the Igros Moshe concludes in a tshuva in volume 2, Tshuva 37, if a person is lenient to go ahead and to replace the Sefer Torah due to tircha d'tzibura, he does not have to be protested, being that there are opinions who do defend this practice. Now, what about a case that one already is holding the Sefer Torah in his hand, but didn't yet remove it from the Aron, and then was told, hey, you have the wrong one? Can he then replace it? Can he then let go of the Sefer Torah and take the correct one that's rolled to the correct parsha? Or even in such a case, we say, once you took hold of it, if people see that you're going to let go of it, it's going to spread a rumor. So the Eshel Avram Butchat writes that in such a case, it's not a problem at all, as so long as the Sefer Torah was not yet removed, its worry of spreading a rumor is not as great to require it to be removed in compromise of tircha d'tzibura. Now, what happens on a day that two Sefer Torah removed, such as on Shabbos Reish Chodesh, where you have maftir for Reish Chodesh, and both Sefer Torah were taken out, and by mistake, the maftir Sefer Torah was put on the bima instead of the Sefer Torah of the weekly parsha? Can you switch it? Or must you roll it to this week's parsha and use a second Sefer Torah, which is by this week's parsha, for Rosh Chodesh? So the poskim record, the Pri Megadim, Bir Halacha, and others, that it is not necessary to roll the Sefer Torah to the parsha, and you are allowed to replace it with the first Sefer Torah that's meant to be used for the weekly portion. And the reason is because what's the worry? Everyone's going to see that we're going to, in the end of the day, read also from the Mafter Sefer Torah. So the fact I'm taking it off now and replacing it is not because there's a kashrus issue, but simply because of the order of where they are rolled up to. And people will recognize that when we go ahead soon and read from the Mafter Sefer Torah in public. Nonetheless, it is recorded that one time when this occurred by the Rebbe Rayatz, he instructed not to switch the Sefer Torah and use the Mafter Sefer Torah for the actual reading. This testimony in the name of the Rebbe Rayatz I have not been able to verify.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.